Oh,
not
wait.
what I'm saying.
So what are you saying?
Hey, what do you think of that
exactly?
Luna lady?
I'm saying Yu has a
trust
terrible. Hey,
Hello?
I'm saying Yu has a terrible track record, and they.
What was that?
Dustborn is a story-driven, single-player video game developed by Red Thread Games, known for Dream Chapters The Final Cut, and published by Spotlight by Quantic Dream. The game was released on the 20th of August for Windows, Xbox Series X and S, and PlayStation 4 and 5. Dustborn is a comic graphic-like video game that resembles the style of the Telltale games. Think The Wolf Among Us. Here's the entrance to the game. The group of friends are all seated inside a small car and they carry a very important cargo. This cargo is a flash drive with data. The data are unknown to us right now, but hopefully we will find out later on what they are. We don't know the details, but it's obvious they are on the run after acquiring the flash drive. But their exit plan fell apart, so they need to find a different route. During the exit journey, the game did a great job of giving me a synopsis of who everyone is, in the form of a comic book as well, offering small tidbits of information about their background stories and what might have happened so far, enough to hook me up on the plot. Are they people with powers? They are anomals. What are anomals? They are people with certain skills that they can control with their voice, and during the narrative I felt that some concepts reminded me of the film Divergent, if you have seen it. Your protagonist Pax is instantly recognized as the aggressive one, and she has skills that can influence the emotions of other people, usually by making them feel guilty. The rest of her crewmates are Theo, Gnome and Sai, each with their own unique set of skills. All but Theo, who is the only known anomal. He's just normal, but very stoic. They definitely need him to keep the balance right. Gnome can also affect people with a power that is called gaslighting. And Sai, well, it's fair to say that she's a bit emotionally unstable. You'll see why. You instantly get the stress of escaping, while at the same time you are introduced to the characters, and at the same time you learn the controls of the game, and you must take fast decisions. Phew, no stress at all. Speaking of, let's talk a bit about the controls. The game informs you instantly that it is to be played with a controller. It's not impossible with a keyboard, but it proved to be challenging trying to figure out where each button is, as during the tutorial the game is telling you to press keys that exist on an Xbox controller. I have a different one, so some keys were the opposite of what the game suggested, but I got the hang of it. The majority of the gameplay is decision-based, but be careful as whatever you choose will affect the storyline. Dustborn is not so action-based, but more dialogue-heavy and full of emotions. Oh, and music.
We're the freaks, we're the outcasts. We look just like you, we're nothing like you.
The music is often presented in the form of a minigame, like pressing the keys in a timely manner as they appear on the screen to play a tune. Music is important in our plot, since your cover story is that you're a band traveling for touring, where in reality you just need to escape with the data you possess.
We're the aliens.
I will be honest, the music is not to my liking, so at times it even felt a bit cringy, but I have to say that I got intrigued by the characters and their private affairs. It is generally a slow-paced game, which is great if you're after that type of entertainment. A cartoon-like story-based game with characters full of emotions and a story full of secrets, but also plot twists. And at the same time, Dustborn is also heavy on political references, where JFK and Marilyn Monroe are alive, with a completely different history line as the one we know. Also, as is common in this genre, be prepared to think and decide quickly, as many options are time dependent. Expect that you may make the wrong decisions until you get the hang of it, or until you learn the personalities of your crewmates. At least that's what happened with me.
Look bad, so I'll just hold on to this jerky for later.
The voiceover acting is very well done, and you really get to experience the roller coasters of emotions and the different dynamics of their personalities. It's worth mentioning that Pax is voiced by none other than Dominic Tipper, who you might recognize as Naomi Nagata from The Expanse. Intense feelings, multiple options, characters with intriguing background stories and secrets, a different history timeline than the one we know, and the ability to manipulate outcomes, all in a comic-looking video game? If you like what you have heard so far about this game, then you may as well enjoy Dustborn.
We're the aliens. We're the refugees. We're nothing like, yeah, we're nothing